Hi, greetings and welcome. It's Margaret Ann Lembo here. I'm here with you tonight to talk about purple stones. And that's all about transformation, alchemy, and creating the reality that you wish through alchemical processes. So here on this first slide, you see a beautiful amethyst cluster, which is the most prevalent of the purple gemstones. And so this is a little excerpt out of my book, Color Your Life with Crystals, which I wrote for young readers, 7 to 12 years old, but I know a lot of adults have enjoyed it thoroughly. They picked this one of all my books. But so amethyst, even the how to say it, you each one of the gemstones in the book gives you the phonetics so you can know how to pronounce different gemstone names. So this purple stone is part of the light that's in your aura, in your halo. So we have a white halo, a crown chakra, and this is all associated. Purple is associated primarily with the crown chakra. And so imagine this that you have this golden globe of light or a white globe of light. And within that white globe, you also have swirling energy of violet and purple and perhaps even the full iridescence of the rainbow of light. So it also is very much a third eye stone. So the third eye is back in the middle of your brain. So if you put your finger here at the center of your forehead and then take a little walk back to the center of your head, that is where the third eye center is. So that's a really good place to put your attention and your focus when you are meditating, when you want to contemplate, where you want to focus and go within yourself. It's very, very helpful, very beneficial. So, if you do need to gain focus, you can use purple gemstones for that, and it can also help you with using your imagination. So, amethyst can help change and transform all types of challenges, all types of negative situations. So, and you see in the second paragraph here, I say, imagine yourself rolled up in a cocoon of purple light. The power of intending only good things shifts vibration from using loving by using loving intentions. Now, I have a story to tell you. So once upon a time, and in fact, I wrote about this in Chakra Awakening, my first book. So once upon a time in about 1997, I went on a journey with some friends or colleagues or acquaintances, more acquaintances at the time. And it wasn't nice. I did not have a good time until after this all resolved. It was one of the few times in my life, thank goodness, that I had a mean girl experience where people were mean. And here I was in Europe with these girls, and it was only two of them, and it was primarily one of them that was being extra mean, but the other one kind of went along. So I was oversensitive because my mom had just passed away that year, and I wasn't over that. And so being overly vulnerable, hypersensitive, and plus I'm not used to people being mean to me, I I happened to realize through working with a book I was reading. The book I was reading at the time was "The Light Shall Set You Free." Um, I realized I could envelop myself in a cocoon of purple light. I even bought myself a an amethyst bead necklace that I wore while I was there. And that was my reminder. Like I'd play with it, I'd remind myself by touching it and feeling it. And that's how you work with gemstones. It's your intention and the gemstone combined that helps you do this. And I'll talk about that more on this next slide too. But during that time, I really know that through my intention and prayer, while I was working with purple light and amethyst, um, the girls decided to go off to another country, and I was grateful. I stayed in Germany and I was staying at like a hotel type place, and not that far from where my friend was living at the time with her aunt. And then the trip was phenomenal. It transformed and transmuted the challenges and life was good again. So if you ever need to do that, no one even needs to know that you are surrounding yourself in a cloak of amethyst or a cloak of purple light. And imagine it swirling around you, especially when you have to go into a situation where you know it's not going to be maybe the best. So try it sometime when you need it. Pull it out of your toolbox. So, how do you work with amethyst? How you work with any stone? Well, I like to look at stones on four different levels, or looking at life even on four different levels. Spiritually, our original beingness is spiritual. Mentally, the thoughts that we have, what we're thinking. Emotionally, what our feelings are. And physically, our health, our physicality. So on a spiritual level, is like touching base and working with. In this case, you see, I have put a rosary here, an amethyst rosary. Maybe you want to use an amethyst mala, whatever you wish. I was born and raised Catholic, so working with the rosary is a really beautiful thing for me. And the idea is to use it as a tool for focus for either a mantra or a prayer or something that's going to help you focus on what it is that you're trying to either overcome or how you want it to evolve using your vision, using your inner vision and imagining, using your imagination as to how you're going to transform and transmute your life to a better way. And then on a mental level, what we think and feel, so the mental and emotional bodies, what we think and feel, that's what creates our reality. So that's whatever we believe, that's makes up our world. It designs our world. So you have that in the palm of your hand. You decide. So speaking of the palm of your hand, you can carry an amethyst by keeping it in the palm of your hand, like with a palm stone or a tumble stone in your pocket. Or many women like to put the gemstones in their bra, the tumble stones. Having the amethyst by your bed is a very good for, because amethyst is great for dreaming, helps you with dreaming and interpreting your dreams, and also to feel safe while you're sleeping. And then you could also use decorative items, like you can see this little amethyst tree here, and or maybe you have in your already in your jewelry box an amethyst ring or an amethyst bracelet. Say I wore my amethyst bracelet tonight. I finally found I put all my bracelets away during the pandemic because I wasn't going to wear anything extraneous, and so I just found it again. So you can wear that as your reminder to stay focused on what it is that you do want and transform what you don't want. And on a physical level, that is, we can utilize amethyst to help in any aspect of our life, whether it's for financial success or better health, to protect your health is it's a good stone for that. And also that dreaming bit. I want to talk about that just a moment more. So our dreams help us work through, integrate our life, and it's actually our internal psychologist. And so we want to have uh, the benefit of having the dream time available to heal whatever is going on, to have that integration. It's like digesting. It's like we digest food while you digest life, digest what happened throughout the day. And that will also help you from becoming overwhelmed. So the complementary vibration to amethyst, the opposite color, is yellow. So it's also beneficial to use at your solar plexus when you're feeling vulnerable. Amethyst is really helpful in that regard. So ametrine is naturally occurring in nature. It's a combination of amethyst and citrine that grow together, because amethyst and citrine are both quartz, and quartz gets heated up in nature, primarily in nature. And so it creates different colors based on the temperature, and the pressure, I think, has to do with it too. I am not a geologist, so I will not claim to know those details. but I am, in fact, much more associated with the work to do with the gemstone to help you transform. Now, this particular little picture of this heart is my personal stone. But all the stones in my book, The Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stones, are from my collection. The photos are taken of my gemstones. This particular heart is the heart that I used when I was becoming a non-smoker, when I was in the process of becoming a non-smoker. At the time, I had smoked for like 30 years, which is a long time, a habit that's very ingrained. And I used that as my ally, that amethyst and citrine heart. The citrine uh, heart of ametrine was to help me have the courage, to have the confidence, to overcome the challenges that were going to arise during that time frame. So this is how to use the stone physically. And so I was really concerned about not being nice to people because I couldn't smoke cigarettes, you know. And I decided to apologize to people in advance. I'm going to apologize to you because I might get snippy, and the reason is because I'm in the process of becoming a non-smoker. I never said I was quitting because I'm not a quitter. I was in the process of becoming something else. And that's how you can also use gemstones too, is you're in the process of becoming something. And so instead of focusing on what you don't want so much, focus on what you do want and how you want it to evolve and visualize your life as you want it to be. So you can see on this page, this is just one page of this regarding ametrine. There's more to this portion of the book. But notice my key phrase is empowered transmutation. That means the citrine part is the empowerment, you're becoming self empowered. And the transmutation is the purple energy that's alchemical in its vibration. So I want to read the affirmation that goes with this because it's always good to hear, say, repeat positive thought forms, especially when you're using it in conjunction with a gemstone. Power and strength are mine. It is safe for me to be powerful in loving ways. The transformation of challenges, negative patterns, and unhealthy habits occur daily in my life. I release what is no longer for my highest good. I am confident. So that's how I recommend you work with that gemstone. I'm sure there's much more I can say about that, but we'll move on to aromatherapy for a moment. So, I also look at essential oils as colors as well, and it's easy to see lavender as a color. And I do like to pair my gemstones, essential oils, and positive thought forms because essential oils give you an opportunity to kind of go beyond the very mundane, if you will. We are using the limbic system of our brain. The olfactory nerve travels right through to the limbic system of the brain and sends messages to our brain with the essential oil. So the essential oil lavender is so well loved by so many people, and this is referring to medical grade essential oils here. That's what these are from the Crystal Garden brand Aromatherapy, my line. But notice that the key phrase under lavender mist says relax, renew, and restore. So notice that it's something that you can use for headaches and stress. Perfect before bed. Put a little dab on your nightshirt, it won't stain, or on your linens, your sheet, or one drop on your pillowcase, or just put one drop on a hanky or a tissue or even a cotton ball. And of course, if you want to use a diffuser, you can do that too. So the lavender mist is one way you can spray it around you and on your bed and freshen up your linens and then climb into bed with the intention you have an amethyst on your nightstand, maybe a notepad and a pen, so that if you wake up with an idea or a thought or a dream, you have easy access to write it down. Or if you don't want to use a pad and paper, if you think that you can easily do that without waking up too much, to use your phone or some kind of mobile device, you could do that as well. So that's what I recommend in regard to matching lavender essential oil with the purple vibration and specifically with amethyst. Now, I wanted to do one more. I probably have more than one more essential oil, but I wanted to talk about Euphoria too. So this has lavender, clary sage, geranium, and spikenard, that combination. And I created it. And the reason I'm bringing it up with the amethyst or purple stones category is because this is very good for transforming negative challenges or feelings that are almost hysterical. It's good for balancing hormones. I made it originally when I was going through menopause for myself and a number of my friends because we were all around the same age, and there was a number of us working here at my store, the Crystal Garden, going through menopause at the same time. So we needed all to chill our petunias, I'm telling you. But no, instead we chilled through using lavender, geranium, clary sage, and spikenard. So this combination is a beautiful scent and has helped lots of people. And so I just wanted to bring it up so that you're aware that that exists and you can use that essential oil with purple stones. Yes, I'm going on a little bit of a tangent tonight regarding purple, but it's because this is a stone, this is a color and stone, and they are stones. Purple stones are very profound for transformation and transmutation. So, Saint Germain and the violet flame are an integral part of my energy and working with the color purple and amethyst, but also my dear friend Marguerite Barringer, who used to work here for many years. She worked here, I don't even remember how many years it was, but we're here 33 years, so it was a good chunk of the years. She's in the heavenly realm now, but she was very, very associated with Saint Germain and the violet flame. So I feel like through vibrational connection and resonance with Marguerite, I have a strong feeling and vibe with Saint Germain. So he was a master alchemist and he worked with the sacred fire to with the whole intention was he wanted for transformation for the world, for people, for everybody to transform into a new civilization. So, this is a little mini excerpt from my book. I did write about Saint Germain in my book in regard to the crown chakra. So, if you haven't already read my first book, which is Chakra Awakening, when you get to the crown chakra chapter, you'll read about the ascended master. So, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to literally read this to you. Another magical being, better known as an ascended master, is the Count of Saint Germain, the carrier of the violet flame, the vibrational energy of alchemy. Both of these amazing men, because this is a paragraph after talking about Merlin, Merlin and the Count of Saint Germain had very developed crown chakras as they were able to create miraculous manifestations. The Count of Saint Germain was an inventor, an alchemist, composer, musician, adventurer, and much more. And I understand he wore diamonds a lot, so I put on a bunch of diamond rings today. Some say he is immortal, although my research tells me that he lived from 1710 to 1784. And yet, the dichotomy in my research also showed that he was present or available to people like Annie Besant. Some of you might know of her work, which was 1847 to 1933. C.W. Ledbetter, you may also have heard of him, which is 1854 to 1934. And Edgar Cayce, who is near and dear to my heart, which was 1877 to 1945. So, he was supposedly passed in 1784, but yet somehow was available to these beings, potentially through another way other than just physically. So his immortal energy is present to this day on a vibrational level. According to the St. Germain Foundation on Mount Shasta, he appeared in 1930 on the side of whatever it is that you need to transform. So this card, which is from the deck Archangels and Gemstone Guardians cards, shows you a beautiful picture of charoite. That's a really nice piece, and I think we have some nice charoite on our show tonight, the Crystal Garden Show Shop from Home on Facebook. And here is the question for contemplative thought to think about. Are you finding that life is out of control? Do you need to sort out exactly what's going on to get to the reason for the chaos? So you can work with this gemstone to help you get the answers about that. Take the time to go within and call on the ascended masters, spirit guides, and angels to provide you with inspiration that you need to transform your life. So I very much work with master teachers and angels and archangels. I feel like it's just a normal part of my life. It's not like I do anything very woo-woo. It's just my intention and my prayer work. And then I receive insight and inspiration often through the dream time, and not necessarily remembering a dream, but waking up knowing, which is claircognizance, or I'll hear what I'm supposed to know and realize. So anyway, so Archangel Raziel is who I have associated with charoite for this deck. And so here are the affirmations that match up that also give you a sense or a feel of Raziel. You can read more about Raziel in my book. It's behind me, right behind me, The Essential Guide to Everyday Angels. And then I'll have another book coming out about archangels, but it's not written yet totally. It's just partially written. So Archangel Raziel, let's focus on a positive thought together. I have a deep understanding of myself and the circles of life around me. I am aligned with the divine. I am profoundly clairvoyant and extremely intuitive. Say that often and you'll watch how you are. In fact, profoundly clairvoyant and extremely intuitive. I clearly comprehend the details of everything that is set before me. I feel peacefully empowered. So that vibration of those positive thought forms are the matching energy to match up with charoite. Let's see what's the next. Lepidolite. I've used lepidolite over the years for sure. So lepidolite is all about balancing emotions. It is a stone that has lithium mica in it. The lithium specifically is balancing vibe. Now, please do not put gemstones in your water. Please do not. It will leach out. And lithium in this form inside of lepidolite is not medically, it's not medically appropriate to or healthy to ingest it. But the vibration of holding that lepidolite and working with it or having it nearby. Notice that pink energy. If you look kind of behind the words, you can see the pink in that. That's pink tourmaline. So it's common that pink tourmaline is included within lepidolite. Not always, but it does exist. Okay, so these are some of the tools. These are some of the key phrases or key uh, uses of lepidolite. So it can help you hone your psychic skills, including your channeling and mediumship, if that's what you want to do. It encourages a healthy, detached outlook on situations. I think that's a very, very good thing to be able to have a healthy detachment. Limit or eliminate extreme mood swings. So, haven't you ever gone through life at any point where you just have found yourself feeling really good and then not so good, really great and not so great? And it's a time there are times that that happens. I'm going to give you an example. So again, this is associated with my book Chakra Awakening. So when and my sweet first kitten cat Gabrielle. So on the day that Gabrielle passed away, which was a big deal, I had her 22 years. I was very blessed. She lived a long, long life. Um, my book arrived for the first time, my very first published book from Llewellyn Worldwide. In comes the delivery of my author copies. So that's a huge deal to receive your author copies. It's so exciting, especially with the first book. It's always exciting, but the first book is profound. So I was over the moon about my chakra awakening, and then that night, Gabrielle passed away. So that I did look and look for, found, and utilized my lepidolite because, in one moment, I was thinking, "Oh, I am so everything's okay. I'm so happy." And then can't believe it. I finally am published, and then I would remember, oh my gosh, Gabrielle is no longer here. And so Lepidolite helped me as a tool to rebalance my emotions. Doesn't the abracadabra take it away? Because we just need to, if we need to grieve, we need to grieve. We just need to go through the grieving process, you know? But it did comfort me. So there. Okay. So I want to note that in bold print on the bottom because I think that it's important to recognize that we can use this financially as well. So in the quotes here, which is a literal quote from my book, The Essential Guide to Crystals, Minerals, and Stones, employ lepidolite to overcome economic slumps, personally or in commerce, as it helps you maintain equilibrium even when the marketplace is acting like a roller coaster with funds. It can help you maintain a positive outlook when financial markets take a nosedive. I have to tell you, over the years, I've had some experience with that because stock market crash, it's because of the stock market crash that I opened the Crystal Garden. I used to be a very successful mortgage banker in senior management, making buku money, but then the stock market crashed in 87, and that's when the Crystal Garden evolved and came out to the world to be who it is today. So I have to say that's very beneficial to work with that energy of positive thought and knowing that everything will work out, and especially if you're working with gemstones, it just makes it so much happier. At least it does for me. So Sugilite, this little stone, it's actually less than an inch tall. Thank you, photography. um, this stone is very good for using love for transformation, focusing on love for transformation. So it has blue colors within it, and not always can you find a piece of sugilite that looks this pretty, because sometimes it's got a lot of the navy blue or dark, it almost looks black. And they're often little tiny chips. They're very small. So, if you can get yourself a pendant, that would be a good way to have some sugilite on hand. So this is, again, it's a third eye chakra, but it's also a crown chakra gemstone. You can use it in meditation and to help you with contemplative thought, which I highly recommend. Contemplative thought is important to sort things out. It can help you expand your ability to open up to aha moments, and you can use it to calm the chatter. We all have what I call the hamster wheel effect, where the same thoughts go round and round and round and round. You can use Sugilite with that intention to work with it to calm your mind and transform any negative challenges that you might have. So, that's the story with Miss Sugilite, and then purple dyed agate. So I really love purple dyed agate. I think it's vibrant. It's such a deep jewel tone, and I've also noticed that children are attracted to dyed gemstones very much, probably because of the vibrancy of the colors. So agate in general is very good for grounding. So This would be purple, being third eye and crown chakra colors, grounded spirituality, to ground your spirituality. So it's not just this lofty, out of reach situation, but very integrated into your life. So I decided to use the affirmation here for helping you get the feel of what purple dyed agate is about. I adjust my attitude to create a happier life. I am discerning about the people I allow into my circle. I am mindful of being in peaceful places to support my loving vibration. I take good care of myself. I sleep well every night. So you can see that through these affirmations, the key points here are, of course, grounded spirituality, an attitude adjustment for happiness, discerning who you let into your circle. Make sure you decide to be in peaceful places. It's up to you to be happy, so find a peaceful place. Take good care of yourself and get good rest. Sleep well, pleasant dreams. So the affirmations are putting it into a way that those are the thought forms that you want to focus on. So I think this is our last slide. No, we have fluorite too. I forgot about fluorite. So fluorite is very much many colors, very much many. You like that English? But it comes in green, it comes in yellow. Look at those beautiful yellow. That's a picture from our website. Those are online. It comes in blues, like teals. But so the purple vibration is what we're talking about tonight of fluorite. And fluorite is great for connecting with your intelligence, your divine intelligence. It's known as the genius stone throughout the ages. And it's it's the ultimate focus tool. I highly recommend it next to a computer. And it also is good for protection from EMFs. So for years, and I don't even know where it is now. I have one of those fluoride octahedrons that we used to keep it at our front desk here at the Crystal Garden, but I might have it at home now. But it's really great near computer systems. I really, really appreciate this stone. Now, this is a beautiful picture that happens to be a stock photo, but it's very similar to one of my fluorite cluster that I personally have. Might not be quite as big. Might not be, but it's gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? And see how it's structured? So the way it's formed, it's in blocks, but also sometimes it looks like a motherboard. It reminds me of a motherboard of a computer. I have seen where fluorite and pyrite grow together as well, which is also a pyrite is a block formation too. So now I want to say thank you. Thank you for listening to me. I went a little bit longer than normal and listening to my stories. I hope that somehow those stories, what I shared, touched your life and helped you with what's going on for you in this moment in time or whenever you're watching this. I hope that you'll, if you want to, rewatch it. If something resonated with you and want to listen to it again to help integrate, it will be on thecrystalgarden.com in the next couple of days. It will be on the homepage. And definitely around the same time that it goes up on our homepage, it will be on the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Margaret Ann Lembo. And that's where all of these little mini videos are located. So next week, we're going to play with the white and clear gemstones. So same time, same channel. We'll send you a Zoom link if you're on our email list. So if you're not already on the email list, please sign up at either margaretannlembo.com or thecrystalgarden.com, and we'll get you our weekly emails and you can join in and play with us. Speaking of playing with us, I want you to know that we are about to start Shop the Crystal Garden from Home event, which I'm running overtime, so I better shush. So join us on the Crystal Garden Facebook page. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Many blessings. Bye, everybody.